Welcome to Z's and Threes.
For three for the win, yes!
And I ask you this, it has been 2 games since LeBron James has returned from injury, but are the Lakers potentially better with him off of the court? I don't know. Just asking. Both conference players of the week announced today, and both of those players continue to play on an absolute heater. Their teams were in action, and they helped guide them to victories. I will tell you who and how. All part of the 8-game slate Monday night across the NBA, the penultimate week, second to last. In the regular season, week 23, just 1 week to go after this one before the playoffs finally start. And boy, we cannot get there soon enough. You can tell in the way that the players are approaching, except for the teams still maybe trying to make the playoffs, of which there aren't many. We will update the standings, all that to get to. If you like the show, please do like, subscribe, share with a friend. Let's get it. Group chat game of the night, Milwaukee Bucks, Phoenix Suns. Suns, 3-game win streak, back in the play-in conversation. The Bucks trying to make it 3 in a row, their 3rd straight game without Damian Lillard. This a rematch of the 2021 NBA Finals. Boy, does that feel like a decade ago now. It was won by the Bucks in 6. Giannis hit a 3-pointer, just his second 3-point attempt of the night. 3:23 left. It tied the game at 101. That would put us into clutch time. Suns would lead by 2 with a $1:22 left. Kyle Kuzma, corner 3, cash money. He's fouled by Kevin Durant in the process. Makes the freebie, puts the Bucks up 2. Both teams go empty on their possessions. Suns get the ball back under 30 seconds. Western Conference Player of the Week, Kevin Durant, rises up, top of the key, 3, cash. Suns lead by 1. KD tonight had some of his cleanest 17s. He is putting some heat together with his KD 17s, and I am working on something for you in the Signature Sneaker Showdown, of which Kevin Durant, with his 17s, longevity part of the seeding, he is a 1 seed. So we go to the other side of the floor. Shot clock is off. Brook Lopez draws a foul on Kevin Durant. After a review, Milwaukee is in the bonus. Lopez goes to the line. Misses the first, makes the second. Ties the game 106 apiece. 10.7 left. Suns call a timeout to advance it. The Bucks have a foul to give. Giannis does such, getting his money's worth, mugging Durant. Another Suns timeout. 5.7 on the clock. Inbounds goes to Booker, works with a ton of space, takes a sidestep, pull-up jumper from the elbow extended, buckets. Suns lead by 2, but they do leave time, 1.7 seconds on the clock. Bucks timeout to advance. Ball gets into Lopez, barely within the 5 seconds. He shoots a turnaround jumper with Durant guarding, front iron. Suns win. Longest win streak for the Suns. 4 in a row. Since November, they have won 5 consecutive on their home floor. They are in the mix for the play-in conversation now, in spite of the fact that they are not above 500. Kevin Durant, 38 points, 7 of 9 from 3, including the big top of the key 3 late, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 blocks, hook 'em horns. Devin Booker, 19 points, 12 assists, 7 rebounds, and the game-winning bucket, 31, 10, and 5. From Giannis. Let's get to the rest of the slate. 7 more games. We start with the ones with playoff implications. Before we do, if you like the show, please do hit that like and subscribe button. Help me get to 100 subs before the end of the regular season. Minnesota Timberwolves, Indiana Pacers. Pacers, winners of their last 4. They have elevated to the East 4 seed in spite of Tyrese having a down year, according to Trenton Halliburton. In Walford's defense, the numbers are down for Halliburton, so it backs up his position, but Halliburton in his defense has set a pretty high standard. If you don't get the reference, it was post-game, the 2 players jawing at one another. Wolves push to the play-in position with the surge of the Golden State Warriors, so needing this one. Close game across the first half, 6-point Pacers lead at the break. The difference was the third quarter. Pacers win the period 41-25, 13-point, 3-assist quarter for Halliburton. The lead grows to 22. It finishes 119-103 in favor of Indy. 24 points, 4 boards, 11 dimes for Halliburton, 20 points and help from Obi Toppin. Tough night for Anthony Edwards. 1 of 11 from 3, 7 of 19 from the field, 17 points for the NBA's leading three-point shooter. Wolves go 9 of 35 as a team from 3, 25.7%. LA Lakers, Orlando Magic. Lakers on a 2-game slide. They lost to the Bucks and the Bulls, staying in the Eastern Conference to begin a 4-game road trip. In Orlando, former Magic and Laker Dwight Howard went to the finals with the former, won a title in the bubble with the latter, honored as an inductee to the Magic Hall of Fame prior to the game. Orlando trying to salvage their injury-ridden season with some momentum heading into a path to the playoffs via the play-in. That seems to be the only way that Orlando will make the playoffs. Magic third quarter was the difference in this one, similar to the game that we just talked about. 2-point Laker lead at half evaporates via a 34-18 quarter for Orlando, who rides the wave home from there. Magic duo of Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero combined for 62 points. FW goes 32-5-9. PB, 30.7 rebounds. The Orlando bench outscores LA's by 16. Luka has 32-7-7, 24-6-7 for LeBron. Now, it's LeBron James. I'm not saying that the Lakers are better, but now this is a 3-game slide, 2 losses, trying to reincorporate LeBron, trying to find the chemistry with Luka. Luka saying post-game that it is on them to figure it out. The 3-game slide hurting them in the West race. More on that when we get to standings. Speaking of such, the team that they have been battling with, chasing the Denver Nuggets, playing back-to-back after a big road win at Houston, back in Denver to take on the Chicago Bulls, who have Kobe White, who has been red hot, playing better than maybe any player in the league. Named the Eastern Conference Player of the Week for a second week running, picked up right where he left off. The Nuggets had no answer for White. He had a game-high 37 points. His running mate Josh Giddey, back, who balled out as well, nearly a triple-double for Giddey. He was even making his threes tonight. 26, 8, and 9 for Giddey. Jokic sitting out a 5th straight game with an ankle injury. Denver expecting him back across the next 4 games they play at home. Aaron Gordon was out as well. Bulls go 17 of 39 from 3 and have plus 20 points on the fast break. It was good enough to get them a 129-119 win. Boston, Sacramento out west. Celtics, longest win streak in the East. They had won 5 in a row. Jaylen Brown missing his 4th consecutive game. Kings, they have gone 3-7 over their last 10. Is it safe to say the Doug Christie honeymoon is over? Do they run it back with Christie? I don't think so. Domantas Sabonis returning after missing the last 3. He's also missed 9 of the last 11. First half of the game was close. There were 12 lead changes. The second half was not. 57-44 in favor of the Celtics. It wins them the game 113-95. This in spite of Jason Tatum leaving the game in the third quarter. He had a game-high 25 points, but it was a pretty painful-looking ankle sprain after coming down on Sabonis' foot. Came back onto the floor after being helped off to shoot 2 free throws, then did not return. Let's go lottery land. Dallas, Brooklyn, the Mavs still sitting on the outside looking in. Anthony Davis, good to his word, good to his work, back on the court for the Mavs, trying to get back into the play-in positions. Champions in the Western Conference last year. Wow. Books will be written about the Mavs season. Davis goes 26 minutes, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 7 Mavs in double figures, led by Najee Marshall with 22. Mavs win 120-101. Toronto, Washington, 11 lead changes, 5 ties. Toronto, 34-28, fourth quarter, wins them the game, 112-104. Player that we have barely mentioned at all this season, Emmanuel Quickley. 21 from him. Jakob Poeltl, 21 as well. Final game of the night, Sixers-Pelicans. Pelicans go on a 28-8 run from the middle of the third quarter to the early fourth to build a 23-point lead. The final score, 112-99 Pels. 19 from Carlo Matkovic, 17 for Antonio Reeves. Yes, that type of season for the Pelicans. The Sixers shoot 39.1% for the game. Which team bigger disappointment on the season? I think you would say the Sixers, undoubtedly, with what they've spent on Paul George and their roster with Joel Embiid and MVP. But the Pelicans, remember, they were the 8th seed. They played the Thunder to begin the playoffs last year, and there were high expectations. It's been injuries for both teams, but the Pelicans victorious tonight. Let's update the standings after the 8 games on Monday night. Celtics, 6 straight wins, has them just 4.5 games behind the Cavs. Is it possible? Is it worth it, especially with Tatum now potentially injured? Wait to see any news on him. Jaylen Brown sitting out. Both teams have clinched playoff spots. Only one other team has clinched the playoffs thus far. That is the Thunder, best record in the league, best team in the West. Stay in the West, both the Nuggets and the Lakers losing keep the gap at a game between them in the 3-4 battle. Denver falls a game and a half behind Houston for the 2, and the Lakers are now tied with the Grizzlies, both teams at 43 and 28. The Wolves' loss drops them to the 8th seed. Kings' loss, their 3rd in a row, has them just a half game ahead of both the Suns and the Mavs, who are equally 35 and 37. So one of those 3 teams, the Kings, the Suns, the Mavs, could be the odd team out from the play-in picture. Heavy pour, leading scorer of the night, presented by Portland Water. Check them out. Drink pdxwater.com. Kevin Durant poured in 38. As mentioned, I'm working on something. KD has been bringing some heat for the KD 17s. He's facing off against De'Aaron Fox, and Fox's ones, you see the box right up there. His first entrant to the Signature Sneaker Marketplace. If you have not watched the Signature Sneaker Showdown, 2 episodes have dropped thus far. Go check out the playlist. Catch up as I am working on episode 3. Dunk of the night, Ryan Dunn. He had a fast break run out, yammed all over Giannis and won with the foul. Suns play-by-play man saying that Dunn took Giannis to the boom room. I don't know about all that. It has a different meaning in the circles that I run in. Performance of the night, well, I'm going to split the ballot between the 2 players that got acknowledged today. We will get to that in a sec. For their performance last week and continuing to ride that wave. KD with his 38 in the Suns' victory, and Kobe White with his 37 in the dub for the Bulls. And these are the weeks that those 2 players put together to earn Week 22 NBA Players of the Week. Kevin Durant guiding his team to a perfect 3-0 record, 27.3 points. He had a 40 ball in his team's victory over the Cavs, 4.3 rebounds, 6.3 assists for Kobe White. Team goes 3-1, 30.3 points per game, 4 assists, shooting 55.6% from the field. House shoes, I'm going to talk about these 2 teams and what they are currently doing right now, and if they should be doing what they're doing. White is just the 2nd Bulls player ever to earn back-to-back Eastern Conference Players of the Week. Your guess as to who the other is. Michael Jordan. He's the first player to go back-to-back since Joel Embiid in 2023, and he joins Giannis and Jalen Brunson as 2-time winners in the East on the season. In the West, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has won it twice, and Nikola Jokic has won it 3 times. Other news item, Dwight Howard, as mentioned, Magic Hall of Fame inductee. 13th player inducted to the Magic Hall of Fame. He played there for 8 seasons. How's this for a resume? Number 1 draft pick in the 2004 NBA draft. He averaged 18.4 points, 13 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 2 blocks, and 1 steal across his time with the Magic. 2 Eastern Conference Finals appearances, 1 Eastern Conference championship in 2009, going to the NBA Finals, losing to the LA Lakers. He was All-NBA first team for 5 consecutive seasons. Pretty impressive. 3-peated as the NBA Defensive Player of the Year, the first player in league history to do such from 08 to 11. He's the Magic all-time leader in points scored, rebounds, block shots, and minutes played, a 2025 finalist for the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, and crazy enough, left off the NBA 75 team. House shoes, today. Went deep into the rotation. Some Adidas Extra Butter Alpha Bounces. All right, let's talk if it is worth it for a team to make the play-in. Obviously, it's worth it to make the playoffs, but to make the play-in. Suns and the Bulls. Told you we would circle back to these two teams that are playing well, led by two players that are playing great. But they are currently killing their lottery chances in coming alive down the stretch. Now, the Suns, I believe, do not have a first-round pick. I'm not sure about the Bulls. I think they got their first-round pick back. That was part of the Levine trade. But I don't know about conveyance. But let's just zoom out and go broad here. Because are either of these teams making any noise in the playoffs? Probably not if you get in as an 8 or a 7. Now, in the West, maybe as the 7, you got a chance against the 2, given how bunched up it is. But the flip side of this is the competitive spirit that we are asking for in an 82-game season that has seen so many teams mail it in and tank. This is not unabashed tanking, throwing games, not playing clearly healthy, capable, regular starters. I'm telling you, having done Monday through Friday a daily NBA update show, this season is a grind. After 60 games, nobody cares, unfortunately. They are just trying to get to the playoffs healthy. Yeah, you may need to tune up or win a game here or there, but for the most part, it feels like teams are prioritizing health and readiness for the playoffs over competitiveness. Now, not if you are the Suns and the Bulls. So salute to both franchises, their players, their coaches for respecting the game and keeping it competitive. You could easily see both head coaches gone at the end of the season. Billy Donovan, what has his tenure with the Bulls been? Will it be extended? And Mike Budenholzer, there's been plenty of reports about friction between him and Kevin Durant. Do the Suns trade Kevin Durant? He's a player of the week right now. KD is balling. He started the season out playing at an MVP type level. But regardless of playoff qualification or not for these two teams, and barring miracle runs, do their coaches keep their job? At what point do you say, what is the point of making, or the greater point of the play-in itself? There are 8 teams right now across the two conferences within that play-in band. There always is. 7, 8, 9, 10. If you don't know the play-in format, remember, 7 plays 8. The winner of that game gets the 7 seed. 9 and 10 play one another. The loser of that is out. Season over, go fishing. The winner of that plays the loser of 7-8, and the winner of that game gets a rest disadvantage and gets shot into the playoffs to play against the 1 seed in each conference. Currently, 6 of those 8 teams across the two conferences have records below 500. I love that the Bulls and the Suns are playing hard and through the tape to not just roll over and let teams win, but really, when we talk about improving the product for the NBA, is this the best way to do it? I don't know. Married to the idea of 82 games, and the players, the owners, the league will never walk back when it comes to games, because that is walking back revenue. But rather than trying to figure out this play-in tournament, we have to find a way to make the regular season games mean more. But kudos to the Suns and the Bulls for continuing to play competitive. Both teams victorious tonight over playoff teams. What to watch Tuesday night in the National Basketball Association, another 8-game slate. Golden State Warriors with Steph Curry with the team. We will see if he plays. They are in Miami. And the Heat have said, I asked this last night, they have said that they will honor Jimmy Butler with a tribute video. Kudos to the Heat for taking the high road. Atlanta, Houston, Trae Young, Dylan Brooks. Feel like maybe some fireworks could happen there. Dyson Daniels as well. Cleveland, Portland, the Cavs, after snapping their skid against the Jazz, a tougher opponent in the Blazers as they wrap up their road trip that has not been kind. If you haven't yet, check out the Signature Sneaker Showdown. Help run those numbers up as I prepare episode 3. Also, help me get to 100 subs. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the show. Share with a friend. We will see you back here tomorrow. Peace.